Hello, and welcome to English for Everyone, where we practice real-life American English. Today we want to learn to avoid some important mistakes, so let's get started. First, this is not correct.
This is called curb. This is called crosswalk.
I cannot say this is called curb, and I cannot say this is called crosswalk. These are countable nouns. I have to use articles. I can say this is called a curb, or this is called the curb. I can say this is called a crosswalk, or this is called the crosswalk. You can use the article a or the in either case. When I use a, it's more in general. This is called a curb. This is called a crosswalk, one of many. It's more general. But when we use these words, we usually use the referring to a specific one. Example, watch out for the curb. Be careful. Watch out for the curb. Let's practice. Should you watch out for the curb when you're walking? That's right, you should watch out for the curb when you're walking. You could trip and fall down. Example, you should always use the crosswalk when you cross the street. Let's practice. Should you always use the crosswalk when you cross the street? That's right, you should always use the crosswalk when you cross the street. It's safer that way. This is also not correct.
This is a small wall, and people actually sit on here all the time.
I cannot say people actually sit on here. I can say people actually sit here, and I can eliminate the preposition on. People actually sit here. This is correct. You can also say people actually sit on it. It referring to the wall. People actually sit on it. But I cannot say people actually sit on here. This is not correct. Example, this is a bench. People sit here. Or I can say people sit on it. But I cannot say people sit on here. Let's practice. This is a bench. Do people sit here? That's right, people sit here. Do people sit on it? That's right, people sit on it. We hear the pronunciation, the T in sit changes to a fast D because it's between vowels. Sit on it, sit on it. This is a bench and people sit on it. This is also not correct.
This is actually a safety fence because it closes at 10 p.m. and it opens at 5 a.m.
I cannot say a safety fence. A safety fence? The word is pronounced safety. It comes from the word safe, and in the word safe, the E is silent. So when I change it to the word safety, the E stays silent, and we use a real T sound. Safety, safety. Think the sounds. Safe, T, safety. I can use the word safety in different ways. I can say, he needs to wear safety goggles for his own safety. When I say safety goggles, safety is describing what kind of goggles you need. And when I say for his own safety, that safety is a noun. Let's practice. Does he need to wear safety goggles? That's right, he needs to wear safety goggles. Why? Is it for his own safety? That's right, it's for his own safety. So remember, don't say safety, say safety. This is also not correct.
Something you might need in case of an emergency are crutches.
I cannot say something you might need in case of emergency are crutches. Something is singular, so we have to use the action is. Something you might need or something you need in case of emergency is crutches. Or I can change something to a plural and say some things. Some things you need in case of emergency are crutches. Example, some things you need if you break your foot are crutches. Let's practice. What are some things you need if you break your foot? That's right. Some things you need if you break your foot are crutches. This is also not correct.
Cookie Monster. This one sounds fun.
I cannot say cookie monster. The word is pronounced cookie. Why is this important? We have two sounds. cookie and kooky. They are two different words, so it's important to pronounce them correctly. First, let's look at kooky. Kooky with a long oo sound means funny or crazy. Kooky. He tells funny jokes. He tells strange jokes. He's kooky. That's with a long oo sound like moon and soon, kooky. But the word cookie has a short sound, like book and look, cook, cookie. These are cookies. Let's practice. Is he kooky? That's right, he's kooky. He tells strange and funny jokes. He's kooky. And what are these? Are these cookies? That's right, these are cookies. Use the short sound. Cookies. Not cookies. Cookies. This is also not correct.
There's some gummy bears right here. Let me show you guys what are gummy bears.
I cannot say, let me show you guys what are gummy bears. When I say, let me show you guys, it's positive, so I have to use a positive structure. It's correct to say, let me show you guys what gummy bears are. I have to move are because it's a positive statement. You're not asking a question. We cannot use a question structure here. What are gummy bears? That's a direct question. What are gummy bears? So it's correct to say, let me show you guys what gummy bears are. And these are gummy bears. So if you say, I know, use a positive structure. I know what gummy bears are. If I ask the question, do you know? This is an indirect question, so we use a positive structure here too. Do you know what gummy bears are? I know what gummy bears are. Or if you say negative, I don't know. Again, you're not asking a direct question, so you use a positive structure. I don't know what gummy bears are. Let's practice. Do you know what gummy bears are? That's right. I know what gummy bears are. This is also not correct.
They come in a clear plastic glass.
I cannot say a clear plastic glass. If it's made of plastic, it's not a glass. It's a cup. A plastic cup or a clear plastic cup. I cannot say a plastic glass. A glass is made of glass. A glass cannot be made of plastic. If it's plastic, it's called a cup. So this is made of plastic. I cannot call it a glass. It's called a plastic cup. Let's practice. Is this a plastic cup or a plastic glass? That's right, this is a plastic cup. Because a plastic glass doesn't exist. This is also not correct.
And I'm also gonna enjoy this location because it's such a lovely architecture here. It's so fascinating.
I cannot say it's such a lovely architecture here. The word architecture is not countable. I cannot use an article. So I just eliminate a. It's such lovely architecture here. I cannot say a lovely architecture. So remember, when you use such, it's not always such a. Such a is when you have a countable noun. Such a nice day. Such a big house. These are countable nouns. But if the noun is not countable, eliminate a. Example, this is such amazing architecture. Let's practice. Is this such amazing architecture? That's right, this is such amazing architecture. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, subscribe to our channel. And if you want to become a member, click the join button. And we'll see you next time.